Greetings, citizens of Nerdtropolis. Sean Todd here, the mayor of Nerdtropolis, and on this episode of Real Insights, my guests are Royal Cracker's voice actors, Maile Flanegan and David Gborie. Hey, Maile and David, it's a real pleasure to talk to y'all today.
Likewise.
Me too.
Yeah, Royal Crackers, an animation gem, but I must admit, I was late to the party. I did not know about this until they said season 2 is coming out. And I'm like, what is this? This looks amazing. And so I started binging and I loved it. So, how would you describe it for those who have not watched the show yet?
Wow.
Well,
I'd say a wild ride for sure. Maybe
Yeah.
absurdist succession. I'm not really sure what box you could put this thing into.
I like that though. The animated Succession would be kind of like the best thing to think about.
that's a great comparison, and I think it was an inspiration for the creators. So, but it's way more than that. I mean, it goes to places you can't imagine.
Yeah, I loved it. And that's a great way to explain it. But David, I have to ask you this. How does it feel to work alongside a legend like Maile? Were you a Naruto fan growing up?
I was, but the crazy thing is we because of the recording process, we've never met in person.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the day
Yeah,
that we get to meet in person. That'll be really.
There's no denying that you have a big fan base, Maile. Actually, my fiance is a big fan of yours, and when I told her, she was like, "I can't believe it." She knows everything about Naruto.
Did she
She's
say,
teaching me about
believe it?
yeah, and she's an epic fan. So that's exciting to have you part of this show.
Yeah.
How does voicing Matt in Royal Crackers compare to voicing such a beloved character? And what unique elements do you bring to Matt's character?
I think that Matt is, I think one thing he is he sort of takes it all inside and lives within the world of crazy, but he's a real genuine person in the craziness. And I kind of love that because he's sensitive, but he's not going to be pushed around, I mean, it looks like he got bullied, obviously, but he has his own methodology, like to deal with the madness of the family and the environment. So I think that's what I like to bring to life about him, about that character. Yeah.
And he has tons of shining moments, to be honest. I love it. And he's one of my favorite characters as well. And same for yours, David. What drew you most to your character?
I mean, Jason approached me with the part, and it was just he's a really great character. I think he's a really genuine guy who gets to do a lot of extreme things. He's extremely loyal, and that's fun to play. He has this pretty strong sense of purpose, I feel like, in helping the Hornsbys, and that all that kind of makes for a fun guy to portray.
What do you love most about voice acting? It's something I've always been interested in, and just it's so cool to see all the different types of people that get involved in voice acting. They come from different parts of life too, and not all of them started off as this, just like y'all.
Well, you don't have to get hair and makeup. You
Yes.
don't have to memorize your lines. So those are the two big winners for me right there.
Exactly. I think the hours are so much better. I really enjoy the hours as opposed to maybe other sets that I've been on where you have to I don't think I ever recorded before noon at this show ever.
I always ask to record in the afternoon.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Because I don't feel like, I think what's wild about television is like they'll give stand-ups these shows, and I come from the world of performing live and theater and improv and comedy. Gave up stand-up when I moved to LA because I was like, I can't sit backstage with these people for 3 hours to get on for 3 minutes,
That's very understandable.
Yeah. So more power to you, Dave, because, any of my friends that are stand-ups still plugging away, I'm just like, God love you. Like we are in a position now where this job allows us to just come in, be funny, riff, take a note, and then you drive home and it's done.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing. It's like when you're on other sets, there's so much of like especially if you're only on for a few days, there's the build up and you're just sitting in your trailer all day and you're nervous. But this, we walk in, we do the job, we go home. It's amazing.
Yeah. And then we get to mostly experience it when you guys do, right?
Yeah.
But I want to know what do you think makes the Hornsby family so lovable? They're very lovable family. They all have their dynamics and stuff like that. But what do you make them stand out?
I think,
I mean, I think oh yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think that despite all the eccentricities, it's kind of just like a normal family dealing with normal stuff, you know what I mean? And I think that that's all stuff any of us can relate to. Insecurities, sibling rivalries, difficult parental situations. It's all pretty standard fare, just very heightened and extremed.
Yeah, I think it's refreshing that for as screwed up as they are, they love and care about each other. That's not really selling a comedy, me saying that, but at the root of it is the fact that you're like, oh yeah, they, it might take a long way to get there, but they stick up for each other. And then they'll also screw each other over, which is also hilarious. So
Yeah, also fun.
It's a comedy for sure, but does have its touching moments at times, and you got kind of get to learn about these characters and who they really are, which I really love. If you could swap with any of the characters, who would you swap with?
Oh wow, I never thought about it that way. I don't think I could do her justice, but I think Deb would be really fun to play.
yeah,
I don't know if I'm the guy for it, but yeah, that would be a good time.
yeah, I don't think I could handle doing her character. I guess, Steve. I don't know why. The name alone just kills me. So
That's too good.
yeah.
Do y'all have like a favorite moment so far or favorite episode of y'all's?
I like the finale from last year a lot.
Yeah,
And-
definitely. I like the Soul Cycle episode from this year.
yes.
Just like it's so indicative of kind of how off the rails an episode of this show can be.
Yeah.
Like at the one point when they're all in there and they're like the robot's melting and everyone's legs are ripped off, and you're like, they wrote this down and executed something. That's amazing.
And they got it on the air.
Exactly.
I think that should be one of the plug lines. We got it on the air. You should check it out.
Yeah.
Every episode got bigger and crazier. What can fans expect in season 2? You mentioned a couple of them. So what can we expect in season 2 and beyond?
Wow, I don't know. I think it's more like I think it started out a relatively normal way last year, but then there were some crazy episodes, and we're starting with the crazy right away. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, same. I would say they should expect to watch every episode is all.
Yeah.
That's really all I got because
I'm looking forward to watching it.
same. I can't wait to see the rollout. Yeah, it's fun, a lot of fun.
But the show is great. I love it. I have a lot more to catch up on too. I'm going to be telling everyone about this. But thank y'all so much. It was great to meet both of y'all and looking forward to seeing what else y'all do next.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Once again, this is Sean Taj, the mayor of Nerdtropolis, and stay tuned for more movie news, reviews, interviews, and trailers.